Hey guys, how are you today? Welcome to my channel, welcome back. I'm here with a brand new video. This is a new series I'd like to do on my channel called Once Upon a Page. This is an art prompt book similar to Wreck This Journal or Create This Book or the Anti-Journal, something like that. And when I say art prompt book, what I mean is each page has a new prompt on it and you complete it to the best of your interpretation. Some of these prompts, I briefly flipped through it. Some of them are more writing style prompts. But you guys, from looking at my Wreck This Journal flip through my other videos, you know I like to take things artistically and artistic interpretations. So I'm going to make this as beautiful as possible. And this book is by Zee Ladak. I hope I said that name right. It was published, I believe, in 2019, and I'm just going to briefly flip through the first couple of pages. It doesn't have many instructions like Carrie Smith's did in Wreck This Journal. It just has start from any page with no order, similar to Carrie Smith's, and then it just says it's an outlet for ideas, emotions, do it with a friend, do a page daily or more, share your creativeness, cover with colors, be adventurous, things like that. So there's really no right or wrong way to do this book. And of course there's a hashtag there if you get this book and you want to post some of yours. So we're going to do the very first page to start with. It says to measure the thickness of this book without your creative work. So if you have seen a Wreck This Journal or seen my Wreck This Journal, or have done one yourself, you know they get incredibly thick just because of everything that goes into them. And some of them double or more in size. So I'm going to start by measuring the thickness of this book. I want to decorate this page somehow, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do it quite yet. So I'm going to go ahead and measure it, just loosely write the size in the book, and then I'm going to revisit this page later. So let's see here. I have with me my handy dandy ruler and a pencil. So my ruler, I know this says centimeters and inches. Where I live, we use inches. My ruler, if you can see it, actually doesn't have centimeters. It has what's called agates and what's called picas. It also has inches. It was a gift from my grandfather. It was something he used at his job. So I'm just going to flip the book on its side, give it a little quick measure, and it's a little bigger than half an inch, so we're going to say 3/4 of an inch just to round it up and make it a nice round number. So flipping back inside the book, we're just going to write in there 3/4 inch. And like I said, we're going to come back, we're going to erase that, we're going to make it look pretty. So I'm just going to flip to a random page in the book, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to, for this series, do a couple of pages each video, a little time lapse, talk about each page. So I'm just going to flip to a random one, we'll do it on camera, talk about it, and we'll do a couple of them, and that'll be the video. And like I said, other ones in this series will have different pages, and hopefully we'll complete those soon. So let's go ahead and flip to a random. So at this point, I flipped to a random page to see what we would get. So let's go ahead and open up the book, and I got infuse this page with a scent of your choosing. So I immediately noticed that's a similar prompt to Wreck This Journal, and I already have a great idea for this. So the first thing I do when drawing is I'm going to clip open my book so it lays down flat, and I'm already thinking I want to do something different than the prompt I did in Wreck It Journal where I did some perfume bottles. So my mind immediately goes to different type of citrus fruits. So I'm going to draw some citrus fruits, and citrus is definitely my favorite scent. So I started off looking up some references, get some ideas, get some cross references of some different citrus fruits. I know there's one on the page, but I wanted to look at some others. So after that, I am going to start drawing my citrus fruits, and I had a little bit of a hard time debating where I wanted to start. So I sat here and I thought for a while, where do I want to start? And then I looked back at my references. I wanted to make sure everything was looking okay. And this is all part of my pre-drawing process. It's very hard for me to draw without a reference. Don't feel ashamed if you draw with references either. I think it's perfectly okay. If you look at something to get some inspiration or to get some ideas and that reference point. So when I started to draw, I actually, like I said, I sat here and thought for a while, and then the first thing that I did was I picked up my pencil and I just went for it. So I started here in the corner, and then I realized that I had this awesome circle template. So the first one I drew without a circle, and the consecutive ones I drew with the circle template. I actually smushed some down, but most of them are just like cross-reference versions. I then went over and traced with my micron pen. I love micron pens. If you don't have any, they're fantastic. I did mess up a little on that one. Don't judge. It's okay to make mistakes and own them. So I ended up putting this piece of paper under the page because I realized these markers that I were using were bleeding very heavily. These are some alcohol markers. So I went for some oranges, some lemons, some limes, and grapefruit. And I just colored them in. And like I said, I flipped the paper, used it to keep it from bleeding too much, and went for it. So after I did that, I added this shadow, and then I added some essential oils, and the page was complete. And it certainly smells like citrus fruit now. So that's that page. So for the next page, I debated on doing something random, but I ended up finding one in here that I liked. And the prompt is, spend today drawing everything blue. So again, I sat here and I thought of all these blue things. I couldn't really think of anything at first, and then it hit me. Anything could be blue. So I started drawing various blue, what I imagined as blue items, and I was going to turn them into stickers, like similar to what I did in a page in my Wreck This journal. So I just drew them, I outlined them, I took my micron pen and outlined the edges and make them look more like stickers, and then I erased all the lines. This is where I had to take a little break, so I wanted to show you my awesome pencil case. This is where I keep all my Prisma colored pencils, and I have various shades of blue. So like I said, all these may not necessarily be blue as such, but anything can be blue if you want it to be. So I'm going to open back up my book, and we're going to get started here in a second. So when I opened back up my book, I immediately started coloring everything in blue. And I love this gradient effect to make things stand out, so I did that with several different shades of blue and different types. You can see I used a little brown and some green for some highlights, so I just went at it, colored everything in, and my different shades of blue. And then I went and added a little drop shadow to make them look more like stickers, and then it was done. And that's the final product. That's everything blue. Doesn't it look great? I really love how this page turned out. So that finishes up my first two pages in Once Upon a Page. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Comment down below which was your favorite. Do you want to see more of this series? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you guys, and have a great day. Thanks again for watching.